60 minutes past one from the studios of Oladimeji FM. Good afternoon. And welcome to today's edition of Pains, Love and Family. My name is Ogidan and Moninkanola.
Yes, I'm here. Good afternoon. We always look forward to our Friday afternoons because there's never a dull moment for us here. So welcome to another edition of Pains, Love and Family.
Now, family is a very, should I say, difficult thing to manage, especially in Africa where they say when you're married to someone, you're married to their family. So sometimes it becomes very difficult to deal with in-laws. So that is what we'll be looking at this afternoon. Dealing with in-laws, even when they are domineering or controlling, how you can, sketch your way around there. That is the topic this afternoon. Morning, our guests.
Okay, so we have a full house, but not the regulars. We have grandpa and grandma. We have mommy in the house as well. Tinuke Ogunkwa is with us. Good afternoon and thank you for joining us.
Good afternoon. Thank you very much.
We have Grandma Jones in the house as well. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
We have Richard Arifalo in the house as well. Good afternoon.
Thank you very much. Granddad, right?
Yes, I think he is.
I'm not a grandfather yet.
He's okay, but you have.
I have one that is doing master's.
Oh, okay. I thought he already has a son. That was why I was referring to the grandpa. Okay,
Not
but
yet.
it's okay. We have him in the house as well. So, from what Dimeji said, I think I want to start from that place where Dimeji said that when you get married to somebody, you are marrying the whole family. I'm going to start with Mommy Jones. Is that true?
It is true. When you marry a man, you are not marrying the man per se. You are marrying the whole family. Parents, the siblings, encompass. That is the way I see it.
Okay. Now, let me ask this. It is bad enough when you have a bad spouse. Dealing with that is bad enough. Now, what happens when you say you're married to the family? What happens when you have bad in-laws? Or, let me put it this way, domineering and controlling in-laws?
Well, incidentally, in majority of cases, you find this one happening in Africa. But one thing one has to bear in mind, when you go into marriage, you must be a mature person. Then you need to understand the nitty-gritty of marriage. You need to know what you are going in there for. And therefore, there's a need for you to understand that you need to show commitment. Because you don't want to get into a marriage where within 2 or 3 months, the marriage will come to a standstill or you have a divorce. Marriage is a long-term institution because already you have signed the dotted line for better, for worse, till death do you part. So whether the in-laws are uncontrollable or the otherwise, you need to stick your neck. In as much as it does not lead to death. That is where that's my own point.
You just mentioned maturity now,
yes,
which is a good thing. But then everybody has his own point where it says enough is enough. I can't take no more. For every human being. Now, when you have in-laws that push you to that point when you have to say enough is enough.
Yeah.
I don't think I can take no anymore. What do you do in such a situation?
Well,
and what's the place of your spouse, who is either their son or their daughter, in that situation?
well, one thing I know is that when it gets to that situation, one has to apply wisdom and Christianity. Both.
What if I were not a Christian?
If you are not a Christian, that is apart.
Okay.
Then you wouldn't have married in a church.
Yes.
Maybe you would have gone to either the registry or the local
or a mosque.
A mosque. But when it comes to marriage in the Christian way, then you have to know that you have to have understanding of what you are going into, because it's not easy
It is not.
Because the Yoruba people say that marriage is an institution. It's even higher than university, as we say. So, as a student, when you go to a university, you know what you are going through or what you must pass through. And so for that reason, you have to put in all your efforts to ensure that that marriage succeeds. So, by and large...
When you tried all and nothing is working, I want us to stretch this. That's the way I do my thing. When you try all, ma'am, I'm asking you because...
What's your all,
She said, you have to put in all your effort.
Yes.
Now I'm taking it from there. You put in all your effort, and nothing is working.
Something must work, because I know one thing is that even the God we serve does not give up on us. Okay. So you don't give up on any person,
on any in-law,
no matter how difficult they are.
Would you advise, man? Sorry, just would you advise before we move on to another person? Because I've seen people who said instead of continue to have some sort of friction with them, let me stay on my home. I don't offend them. They don't offend me. Let me just stay on my own. Yeah, some of their daughter can continue to relate with them, and I relate with them too. But then I just want to be on my own. Would you advise that?
I wouldn't advise that. If you want peace in the house, you must exhibit love all the time.
It's not in the house. Is that this one is no longer in the house?
It's in the house now. It's in the house. You must exhibit love all the time, because that's part of Christian life anyway. And then one thing I do understand is that when you are married, it depends on the experience you have while growing up. Yeah. Now, the experience you have, either from your parents or from people around you while you are growing up, because when you leave home, you live with other people. The experience you acquire during those periods will be some sort of guidelines for you to know what to do when you come to such situation in your married life. But that is why we say experience is the best teacher.
Money, I beg in the name of God. I beg in the name of God. I want to ask him something.
You've had the floor for it's the same question, all right? But I want to turn to the man here. The reason is because sometimes people say that obìnrin ló máa really ní issues pẹ̀lú in-laws. Like the bulk of the issue is with a woman. You know,
men too have.
Yes, I know, but they say the women have more issues.
Sometimes
there are a lot of issues. But looking at
men won't keep quiet too.
But looking at Dimeji's question, is it don that
I must be friends with my in-laws?
I should keep a relationship with my in-laws. Is it compulsory?
Let me say this: we are confused people.
Yeah.
Okay.
The English culture is different from the African culture.
That's our own culture now.
But we must also know that we are living in the 21st century.
Yeah, everything is becoming westernized.
There's no yes or no answer to this.
Okay.
If a young couple is getting married, they don't need nobody. No in-laws. No. They are growing. They need to live together without any interference from their parents. Mommy said, when you marry family. In my own family, I said no. I married a woman from a family. Yes, I'm their son. Whatever needs. But for somebody to now come and take over my own family and said, Yawowa, I said no. It's not Yawowa. Because there will be a confusion. You know, I respond to all kinds of things online, Facebook, and all that. And somebody says something that a woman in the family belongs to everybody, and so on. And then she has to show respect to everybody.
Call everybody auntie.
Yes, call everybody brother, auntie, and all that. Your in-laws come to the house. They put their legs on the chair.
She can't complain.
The woman is in the kitchen. They can't even sweep. You know, they are in school. They can't do anything. And the woman is made like a slave.
Yes.
That is the African culture. But it must change, for God's sake. It must change. It must change. It is not right for a man or a woman who just got married and say, the woman is The woman is always at the receiving end. But the man can put a lot of things. In my own family, it can't happen. They know I'm strong, I'm firm. I say, this woman, if it's in your family, she will be your elder sister. You can't just talk to her anyhow. You can't just treat her anyhow because of this in-law thing.
That's why I said earlier that the spouse, their son or their daughter has a role to play.
Yes. The man, especially, see, for my own, I'm the one that will caution my mom and say, this woman is my wife. If you disrespect her, you are disrespecting me. That is the truth. If she gets angry, I will politely say, Mommy, your house you go. Whatever you need, send to me.
But in this part of the world, when you act like that, they blame it on the woman.
Exactly.
Yes, they will, but it doesn't matter. It is my own point that matters. Because I'm the one she married. You know, that's why I started from. I'm the one she married. She didn't marry my mother.
How many men would do like you?
See, that is what is causing problem in the family. Let me tell you. The only person that can defend a woman is the husband against the in-law. He's the only one that can stand between them. But some men...
But who defends the man against the in-laws?
The woman. The woman also. But if she joins them and says, that is all. The two of them, I mean, if when we talked about being Christian and all that,
yes,
what Christians say the two shall be one. Is it the two families? The two, the husband and the wife, they shall be one. The families are one family now, but they must give themselves honor and respect. But when we begin to live together and all that, we will lose respect.
What happens when a mother-in-law, calls her daughter and starts telling her things? You must not tell your husband this. You must not tell your husband that. What happens then? Because mother-in-laws do that a lot. Let me give you an instance. One day, I walked into a room in my house and I saw a water. I don't know what they call it. And I asked my wife, how did this get into my house? She said, my mother brought it. How? You were here when my mother will bring her own adura and I will anoint you. I will go and pour in your presence after my mother leaves. When she leaves, I will take out the adura and the anointing and pour it away. Why would your mother bring anointing?
If my mom comes to our house,
it's the fault of the woman,
and she says, what my wife has cooked is not good enough for her, and she goes to the kitchen to cook her own and cook for me too, and I put the food on the table and my wife puts her own, she will expect me to eat her own food. Already a conflict has been created.
Yes.
Now I'm in the middle. My mother, my wife. But I will go with my wife. The place of my mother is different. The place of my wife is different.
They serve different purposes.
They serve different purposes. But for my wife to go to her own mother, and then she says she has been advised to do something without my knowledge, it's already breaking the bond. Do you know the Bible says that if a woman makes a vow in church without the knowledge of her husband, the husband has the right to stop it, to bring it to stop the vow.
True.
It's a very strong union.
Yeah.
And it is not between parents, it's between the man and the woman. Once the man has that, the two couple have that understanding, there won't be conflict between them. It is when there's a conflict between them that's wahala. That's why she goes to mommy to say, this is what my husband says. That's why the man goes to her own mom and says, that's my wife. But if the two of them are indeed one, there won't be conflict. Let them be fighting themselves. Let them face themselves. Let the in-laws face themselves. But if the husband and the wife are together,
Tinuke, are we shaking anything?
21st century.
Yes, 21st century.
Exactly.
Are we shaking anything?
Anyway.
Okay.
But Maya, I don't want to say our daughters and our sons because Maya are not that grown.
Yes.
Your daughters and your sons, they are living in that 21st century, and they are not like the Africans of those days. They are becoming more and more westernized. Do you agree with that, man?
Well, in as much I said one salient point that it depends on the environment with which you grow. You learn from your parents; they are your mentors. So whatever I do, It's what I expect my children to do or my daughter to do when she gets married. So whatever she sees me doing, that is what she's going to do. She can testify now. Abi? The mother-in-law lives with them. And I know how many siblings of my own husband that lived with me while we were grown up. So there's no problem. It depends on your commitment, right? Your maturity, your understanding. Everything will be brought to play. And then if you are really a Christian, you should understand that whatever you met on other people, the same thing will come back to you. The Bible says whatever you sow.
Okay. This your quietness. I don't understand. A lot of things going through your mind. So spill it. Let's hear it.
Anything.
No, I know there's a lot of things on our mind. Because
You have to ask me something.
No, basically,
I can comment on mommy, and I can comment on what he has said.
Now let me pose a question.
Okay.
Now, do you agree that in trying to ensure that your daughter or your son ends up with a good person, or marries into a good family, or marry somebody who is successful, that the parents, in trying to do that, they tend to overdo, and in the process they make enemies of their will-be son-in-laws or mother-in-law, or daughter-in-law?
Well, it's a technical situation.
Okay.
Because I believe that before a girl would pick a husband to be, or a guy pick a wife to be, it's all about upbringing. It depends on the foundation which they started with. I don't believe that as a mother you have to go the extra mile to help your daughter get a husband. You can only guide and advise on her choice. But for you to go all the way to pick for her, like, no, is this one or is that one? If you have done a good job in training her,
your daughter,
she would be able to make the choices based on her own kind of person. And what you think is best for her as a parent might not be what is good for her based on her individuality. Because we don't know our kids, but we have to help them know themselves. That way, they will make the best choices for themselves.
What happens when I ask that question? Your daughter brings, let's say for instance, your daughter brings home a suitor, and because you think you do not like the suitor, you have not even gotten to know this suitor, you just don't like him, probably appearance or anything, and then you match it, that suitor, and your daughter ends up getting married to that suitor.
Well, that would not, for someone to have a child who is bringing a suitor, it means you're going to be like in your 50s. That is not mature for me.
For the parents?
Yes.
Okay. Well, I know parents
do it a lot.
They do it
That's
a lot.
the domineering part of parents that come to play. And that is what Daddy was talking about, that sometimes you need to check parents. Because it's like they can't check themselves at times. They get so overwhelmed. Yes, they have experiences, they can see farther than the child. But still yet you have to allow that child make his or her own decisions. Probably sometimes make his own mistakes.
Yes, and learn from them.
Learn from it.
But sometimes we don't want them to make mistakes because we feel like, hey, if we make mistake, hey, what will happen? Allow them. If they don't make it, how would they learn? And that's part of what's affecting this generation. We don't allow them make mistakes. Before they even get to where they're supposed to make mistakes, we mitigated against it, we've done what we're supposed to do, package it for them. And then you find out that you have so many youths out there that don't even understand what a daily life should be like. They can't make decisions for themselves based on their level of growth. They can't even think ahead, like, okay, what should I do? Why? Because we've already thought for them. We've already taken the steps for them. All they need to do is just appear. So just show up and everything is done. But as a parent, even if your child is making the wrong move, picking a wrong partner, I still believe for a child to do that, at least that child should be in her 20s or his 30s. It's dialogue. Dialogue that didn't just start that day. Dialogue that started a long time ago. So already you understand yourselves. And
your son, your daughter is the person to deal with, not the suitor. Not the suitor. Yeah. Because some people will turn on the suitor.
And if you have anything, if there are things you have on ground that made you not like that person, state them. Let he or she see. You know, our parents made some mistakes then. Like, sometimes you see somebody that tell you that, you, Mama Kilode.
Pastor Nico Da.
I mean, you.
Oh, Pastor Nico Da. You know how to consult pastors.
You're already in love. You're thinking, for crying out loud. Oh, at the secondary school, at university, no take care of me. Kilo touche. Elomi has my phone logo. Ma fe. Elomi ani ojo waju o da.
O ma 50.
So if you really want to hit home, let that person understand. And that understanding does just not start that day.
Yes.
It starts from probably his teenage years. You make him see reasons why he should go this way and not this way. That way he would even be able to make decisions on his own. So if you can, it's all about the foundation anyway, I believe.
Okay. I know. I want to turn back to Daddy Arifalo. Basically because you said something that for some people, if they have the means of getting down to Adaba FM studio, they will come and challenge that your statement about.
Yes, they will.
Because it doesn't go down well with a lot of people. The me and my husband thing doesn't go down well with a lot. But I know there are lots of amazing in-laws, but they don't even know their boundaries. It's not like we want to share ika. But they don't know their boundaries. But let's give that opportunity that is not even that we're not in a society of me and my husband, that we could even go outside extending hand of fellowship to our in-laws. What should be those boundaries that the in-laws themselves? So if
you must set for the in-laws.
Well, in a typical home, a man is the head.
Right.
He has a wife. In every home, there are traditions. What I allow in my house, somebody else does.
Yeah, that's true.
If my in-laws, for instance, if my in-laws are staying with me, and I say you cannot stay outside the house beyond 9 p.m., that is my law. Either you are in-law, or you are son, or you are whatever, or you are outlaw, you must obey that.
No compromise.
No compromise.
Okay.
No compromise. So we have that tradition. There are some in my family. I said, if you are staying with me, even if you are Muslim, all of us must go to church. You don't agree with that. Go out. Don't come and stay under my roof. Okay. Go out and go to your mosque. As long as you are staying in my house, if you are Catholic, you are whatever, white garment church and all that, we will all attend the same church together. I will carry you in my car. We will go there. That's my own tradition. That's my own. If you cannot follow that, whatever it is that you are, I won't allow you. Now, mommy was saying something. When I grew up also, we had so many. There was no, my father, we are 6. We are 6 children. But in our house, there's no time we are less than 15 in the house. Omolagbaja, Aburo, this and all that and so on. My mother nicknamed them because of this traditional thing. Nyafe, this one, and we will not call them by their real name. So I grew up knowing all of these something. In fact, there's a particular one of them. If all of us are eating eba, my mother will go and if you just look at her face and say she doesn't seem to like that eba, which children will eat eba, but they will go and cook rice for him. It annoys me. And I say, what's so special about this person? We're all here and all that. But my mom treats him specially. That won't happen with me. You understand what I'm saying? This is my own something. It will not happen with me. And I will not encourage my wife to do that. I will not encourage my wife to do that because you are giving an impression. That's why I said I'm a 21st century man. People will not like it. People who are traditional. Mommy. Traditional.
It's our culture.
Yes. Our culture. There are some good things about culture.
Yes.
There are some good things there. About the Yoruba culture. I love the respect, the greetings, and all that.
Yes.
But when it comes to overbearing, telling somebody who is a baby for an elderly person because he's in-law to be greeting her with some respect because it's the husband's family is bullshit. It's nonsense.
We apologize for that. It's not supposed to say that on here. We apologize for that. He did not know, but now he knows. Now, let me turn to Mommy. Don't you think that in trying to to follow this African culture that you so much love, that our parents tend to disrespect the privacy that couples should have?
Well, I don't think so. Because I won't say that experience is the best teacher. Because when I was growing up, just newly married, I had my sister-in-law living with us. But for one day, she would not come into our room.
That's setting boundaries. Some males don't know, they go everywhere. They won't import us.
Even when she needs to talk to my husband, she will first tell me that she wants to talk to my husband. And that is when I get out of the room for her to go in and discuss whatever they need to discuss. And when they finish their discussion, my husband would relate everything to me. That is how it has been.
Let me paint this picture for you.
Yeah.
You have your sister-in-law living with you, a man now. You have your sister-in-law living with you. You wake up in the morning, you feel like eating pounded yam. You don't even want your wife to stress herself. So you prepare your soup yourself, the man now, and then you pound your yam. Your sister-in-law is around the house. She does not offer to even help you. And then you're done with that. You dish out your food for your kids and for your wife, and even for her, for the sister-in-law. And then maybe 2 hours later, she feels like eating something, and then she opens your pot of soup prepared by her sister's husband, and then dishes out soup for herself. I've seen all these things. That's why I'm asking. And I know it's happening to people who are listening now.
That is true. In such a situation, there is a need for checks and balances. When you give your in-law soup and food to eat, then even if it's after 1 hour, she feels hungry.
You didn't talk to her sister. She didn't talk to the man who prepared the soup.
And she goes into the pot herself to dish the soup
prepared by her sister's husband.
The next time, I will call her. If I were, I will call her and educate her as to what to do in future, because we don't want unnecessary friction or disaffection within the family. But if I discovered that she's persistent, that is where the problem lies. But I suppose with this 21st century that our daddy talked about, I think people are more mature. Okay. They are really educated, so they know what is good from what is bad.
Not everybody.
Yeah. That's the ideal. Some people have
that's not everybody, because
sometimes they don't.
Yes.
But I think that in such a situation, it's dialogue, and it's the owner of the sister, or the woman in the house.
The woman, okay.
If probably the husband notices such stuff and then he tells the wife, look at what your sister has done. The onus is on her to call her sister. Tell her, look, what you've done. I want to assume.
But Tinuke, hold on. Should you, in the first place, be in a house with your husband's sister, your sister's husband, and the wife, and you are in the house, and
I've seen things in my life.
Wait. Let me land, Tinuke. And you are there. The man goes from the kitchen to the enkule to go and dano, pounded the tinodo, ogunyan, and you are in that house, and you did not even your juicy to say, Uncle Ekushembe.
Money.
Could not even caution.
Money, I've seen things in my life. I've seen things in my life.
I give up.
The man cannot caution.
This is not fiction. This is real life. I've seen things in my life.
Like now, for the man to have gone into the kitchen to cook, probably he either wanted to cook for his wife, maybe she was ill or something, and just come down
something. Something like on some days I just want to.
Okay, fine. You just felt like spoiling your wife that day, so
or spoiling myself in my own way.
Okay, stay inside the room. Let me go and do everything and bring it. Yes. And then somehow, somewhere, this your standard just Uncle, I don't know.
Galivanting.
Watching TV.
Yes.
And he's greeting you.
Going up and
And
down.
Who's there?
You prepare the food and everything. First of all, you know where the first problem comes from? It comes from home. Because obviously, that thing she's doing right now.
Must have done it to her mother.
Exactly.
And more cautioning. So, okay, fine. Let's.
Yeah, we go leg or leg.
Let's
So,
So, well,
the proper
okay, fine.
perspective.
Ẹnìkan ló ń bímọ. Ojú kìíní kan.
Ẹgbẹ̀rún ló ń bá wí àbí ló
When you
ń
notice
tọ́jú.
such stuff, I know definitely as the man, you call your sister.
Or we
Come
talk to
and
the
see
wife,
what
yeah.
your sister is doing. Oh. The onus is on her to call her sister. Now, training starts. And it's going to take patience because adolescents are terrible when it comes to taking
caution.
cautioning them. They don't like it.
No, university graduate, not adolescent.
Adolescent.
graduate
It's
these days.
adolescent.
No,
Yes, they are-
adolescent is
A
not
marriageable
somebody
age.
who's over 20. Somebody who is around 25 is not
A
an
marriageable age.
Manageable.
Yes.
And no, the thing is that at that point in time, it's not too late. You can't give up on her. As your wife is cautioning her.
That's if you want
you
to.
too.
That's if you want to.
Who?
Me, I will
the
not
man.
question her because some
You mean the
sister-in-laws
man?
will
Yes.
insult you.
The sister will not give up on her, no. Because
Only
that
link up.
attitude,
Yeah.
she will
Take
take
to
it
her husband's house.
Yeah, that's
And
her
those are the
business.
things that
That becomes
make
a problem.
short marriages. You just stay under 3 years.
3 years or 3 months.
It's gone. And you know, unfortunately, the man will not know because why imagine love it of me? Why imagine Jonita? Why imagine Rishi? But why will it?
Now, lottery, now ice cream.
Babe, la ba order one JP honey. I bought
Yeah.
I ordered and stuff. So I think it's just regular training. There's a lot of work for 21st century parents to do because
Especially the woman.
Daddy, you know what? It's unfortunate that it has to be especially for the woman because in the 21st century, the man is no longer the man of the house.
Yeah, everybody's
They
busy.
split it.
Yeah.
They split it
When
at the
some-
center.
in-
50-50.
In some homes, in some homes,
Yeah,
wait,
it's
oh,
60-40.
in some homes they don't split it. In some
Wait,
homes
oh,
it's
it's not
50-50.
50-50.
But
It's not-
It's the woman that is-
No, in my home I don't split it.
Okay.
That is your home.
That is
but
you.
in
We're talking about the
majority,
majority. In
Is it-
100%.
Because I feel for a man.
Equality is
Because
the man
wait,
that
because I
does
feel.
almost 70%.
Yes, because I feel that
Yes.
as a man, it is your responsibility to take care of everything.
of your own.
that's
yes.
as far as you are
That's how it's
concerned.
supposed to be. That is you. But I tell you, Daddy, take a census in 100%.
Even amongst
Yeah, I know, I
100
agree.
in
men.
100%.
Uh-huh.
Sometimes
More than
it's even
60%.
40% of the part of the man.
Right, let's just be.
My argument has always been if women are seeking equality, then we must be equal on the responsibility too. You can't eat your cake and have it.
Then now I pose a question, Daddy.
I can do the cooking, you watch the television, we watch the
Pay the
dishes.
school fees.
But when it comes to school fees and paying rent and paying electricity and all that, let's split it too.
I once said that too on this program. You want me to help
What
out?
about-
You want me
You
to
cannot
help
say
out?
we are ignorant.
Not
But
the
Daddy,
children.
that mentality tells on the children.
On the children.
You,
Because
If
when
you
they grow up,
See,
Party
then the
equals
women
attitude,
should not be
they will
claiming
put up.
equality
See,
anymore.
I've said that on this program. You want me to help out in the kitchen? Fine.
Yes.
You want me to help you mop the floor? Fine.
Good.
Help me pay the school fees.
Uh-huh.
Eh? Help me buy food items in the house.
You
what's
see,
that link?
that is why I don't like this 21st century.
Even though I will not let you.
Because-
but then that's the argument.
Well,
Mommy want to say something.
I said I don't
She doesn't
like
like
this
21st century wedding.
thing because
Marry.
women are claiming equality with men.
Yes.
And it shouldn't be. Because the man is the head of the house.
The Bible states.
The Bible says that the man is the priest. Isn't it? He's supposed to bring the children.
Yes,
to the Lord.
everything,
So
yes.
at the same time, the woman must not claim equality.
Well, mommy, the
With man.
21st century woman even earns more than the man.
It doesn't matter.
In some
It does.
instances.
It doesn't matter.
It does, man.
It matters. It matters.
It does.
It
doesn't
does.
So if she leaves everything
In
to you,
some
what happens?
households, the woman has more financial power.
What does the
More
Bible
economic
say?
power
What
than
does the
man.
Bible say?
So, mommy, are you saying
The Bible says, as a woman, you must submit yourself
So-
to your husband.
Yes.
No matter.
How many women are submitting? How many women?
in a situation where a woman earns more than her husband,
Yes.
she should carry the whole salary? And
Of
say,
course,
"Come,
you are supposed to
Oh my
manage it together.
That kind of wife now.
You are supposed to manage it together sincerely.
Okay.
Let's be sincere.
Well, we live in an age where if the woman has more financial power than the husband, she comes to even one evening and say, "I'm even tired. I've been working since money on the manage noodles."
You know what? Excuse me. You know what I'm talking about this 21st century thing.
We came together.
Before you walk 1 kilometer, you will have seen maybe 15 up to 20 buildings, churches. We go to churches on a daily basis. We read the Bible. But to practicalize it is
so
another thing.
Yeah.
So what are we talking about?
She's right there. She's right there.
So you should put into practice what you read. And that's why we say Christianity is a bitter pill.
Yes, it is.
It is.
So no matter how highly placed you are as a woman, you must submit yourself to your husband. That is how it should be. And that's why the Bible says a woman builds what does it call? It says a foolish woman
Builds her home.
tears down her home, where a wise woman builds. That's the aspect of building. When you submit yourself totally, there's no half measure. Submission is total.
Okay.
Whether you earn more, and the unfortunate thing is that even these 21st century women, they find it so difficult to kneel down in the morning and greet their husband.
Some men don't like it. But some men don't like it. I don't like it. I don't want a woman kneeling down to greet me in the morning.
Why not?
I don't want my wife to worship.
I don't like it.
I don't want her to worship.
It's not worshiping. It's not
I don't
worshiping.
want any woman kneeling down.
Of course, I do.
Every day.
On a daily basis. When I wake up in the morning, I would kneel down.
Mommy, let me ask you. When you even scoop is pounded yam, you have to put one on top, because my mom was always doing that for her. She said that's how you do for your husband.
Yes.
You know,
Yes.
my husband wants his pounded yam, to have hole in the and you put the soup. So there's no way you put one here. So that's
okay. Let me ask this, Chinuke. Where does having a good relationship with your in-laws start from?
I think it starts from courtship.
very good.
Yeah. And it's just like nurturing a child. And then another thing is, the moment you see them as in-laws, you will have problems. The best way not to have problems is to see them like your siblings.
Okay. Or your parents.
Your parents.
As in, if the parents are your parents, his sisters and brothers are your siblings. Now imagine if you have a sister that is so troublesome, so overbearing,
so rude,
whatever. What would you do?
You have to live with it.
You will try. The day you smile, the day you will shout, the day you will fight, the day you will cry and call her again. It's the same way. If you can do that with your in-laws, it's not easy. But over time, you will now become a friend that they all look up to. Any little thing, they will come, put everything on the table for you. In fact, they won't even be talking to their brother anymore. It's you. And at that point in time, your husband will have peace, because knowing fully well that his family members are so free with you. He doesn't have any problem anymore. That's the first point of problem for men. Their people and their wives, how they relate. So it's the woman that can make that thing work. She is the one that can help her husband control his family better. And likewise too, on her side, she is the one too that can help her husband get along with her own people better.
Only if the husband doesn't want to.
No. That's
something must have happened. Why he does not want to? There must be a reason why he does not want to.
I feel this thing has to do with individual character.
Yes, there are some men that
people are introverts.
Yeah,
they don't mix. They don't mix
well with people.
It's not that he doesn't want to, but it's just his nature. Doesn't talk.
What if he has that kind of nature and they do not understand? The in-laws do not understand.
Well, you
and they want him to. I don't want to use change him or change her.
They can't do that. They are not married.
Should not allow that. You see, there are situations I've seen whereby a mother-in-law does not like her daughter-in-law, or does not like her son-in-law. It's glaring and she's not hiding it.
You keep that one at arm's length, innit?
No, the thing is that, do you know the funniest part was that the man did not even know how bad it was. Neither did the mother even know how bad it was on his own side. It was that woman that was oiling it. The things her mom complains about him, she will package everything, package it, show it, give it to the mother. If the husband has any complaint about what the momsy is doing, she will repackage it and repackage and repackage all the things that should make it good. That is the side she will show the husband. And before you know it, they are relating because the mother thinks, at least Bati, boss and born. The man did not know she packed all those things. Or she gave them to her mother.
So that's where the wisdom comes.
That's where wisdom comes. So there's a lot of work for the woman to do. And that was why when the serpent wanted to deal with Adam, he wanted to meet Eve.
Exactly.
So she is the custodian of wisdom. That is why they say the home, if it stands, it is the woman. And if it falls, it is the woman. That's
okay, I think our time is fast spent. Would you like to chip in something before
we go?
Yes, I kept repeating 24th century, 24th. I'm not throwing away our culture, our tradition. There are many things that are good there. But I just want to protect the home from overbearing in-laws, to know their limits. The home belongs to the man and the woman. And they should be given, I started by saying that we are confused. Look at the way we do marriage. We do English marriage, we do traditional marriage, we do church marriage, we do everything lumped together.
Parents even hijack the marriage, the wedding, and turn it into
something else.
And then the couple become expected to have their own wedding.
Like my sister said, a lot of work is in the hands of the woman. Women, I respect women a lot. They are very wise. If the marriage works, talk to the woman. The woman did it. If it didn't work, a woman can turn things around the way she wants. A wise woman, a wise woman. Not all women are wise. Some people a woman will turn everything upside down. But a wise woman knows how to talk her husband to deal with those in-laws. This is what we should do. This is the way you handle this person. This is the way you have. I know my wife will package things on my behalf to my mom. I didn't know anything about it. Or you pack it to our own mom.
That's a good one.
So it is for the home to be settled. That's why I'm saying interference from the parents or from the in-laws can cause a lot of problems. So it's good for the man and the woman to say, this marriage is our own. This home is ours. It is what we want that people should want for us. And that's it to see. Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much.
I really wish you don't have to go, but we have to. I want to say thank you to you for coming. Richard Adeyin Karifalo, thank you so much for coming.
You're welcome.
Grandma Jones, thank you for coming.
You're welcome.
Tinuke Ogunkwa, thank you for coming.
Pleasure.
All right. So next week will be another time to talk again on pains, love, and family. Join us then. My name is Moninkanola Ogidan.
And I'm Oladimeji. Good afternoon.
NigerFlavor.com. Think when by me we of what's in the business me. Emi collect back. Oh, cause I me be money. Oh, mama love you. All I know what need business me. Or I me collect me. Ẹ̀gbọ́n rẹ̀ ń fẹ́ mi ni. Ẹ̀gbọ́n rẹ̀ tó ń fẹ́ mi lọ́wọ́ ni o. Mo ti yà fún o. Ẹ̀gbọ́n rẹ̀.